make people happy, kind of. I just want them to give themselves 3 minutes of their life to just push everything negative away and just like have a great time. And
Poštovani gledaoci, dobrodošli u novi intervju. Sa nama je Kadiatou, učesnica Melodifestivalena 2021. Hello Kadiatou, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Well, fine. So, we will talk about your experience on Idol 2018 and your career between then and now. You're pretty young. You are
19.
born in one,
Yeah.
so but still you have a 3 year long career right now. So how do you feel about it?
It feels great that I started when I was so young, because now I feel like I have a lot of experience, and I'm only 19, so I just can't wait and see till how much I've been like, how much better I am in like 3 years. So I'm super excited.
You experience in Idol 2018, and I must say one thing, Rihanna Diamond, it was great. It was
Thank
great. I watched it in preparation for this interview, and I rewatched it for around 5 or 6 times then. Uh, But you did perform then in front of crowd, but there will be no crowd this time. So what do you think about it? How can you make some kind of compensation about it? Camera angles, choreography, and such.
I mean, it's a little bit like sad that there's no like crowd there this time, but I still feel like it's kind of okay right now, because I feel like this whole like Corona thing has been going on for such a long time now that everybody's used to it. And I applied to Melodifestivalen. We already knew that there's not going to be any crowd and there's not going to be like a lot of persons. So we already knew what we signed up to, kind of. But it feels okay. I mean, like, we're just trying to make the best of the situation, and I still have cameras to look into, So the only thing I have to do is to, like, before I go on stage, I have to imagine that there is a lot of people sitting there, but I just can't see them because they are behind the camera. So I just need to like think of that mindset.
Well, people that will not be in a crowd, that means only one thing. There will be more TV spectators and more voters.
Exactly. Yeah.
Tell me something about One Touch. Is it up tempo? Is it a ballad? What kind of song it is, and how do you feel about it?
Loved the song. I loved it like from the first moment that I heard it. It's an up-tempo song. It's like I wanted to do that song because I feel like this like last year has been ups and downs for everyone, and I just want to go up on stage and like make people happy, kind of. I just want them to give themselves 3 minutes of their life to just push everything negative away and just like have a great time and dance a little bit and sing a little bit and just like enjoy.
Well, if we compare it to your songs, you have 6 singles until now, and One Touch is six, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, if we compare it to your previous songs, there anything else new that we will see from Kadiatou in One Touch?
One Touch is, I mean, like, when we made the song and the whole like choreography and the performance, it's that's like the kind of artist I want to be. So I put my whole vision and how I want to be as an artist in this performance and in this song. So when people think of me, I want them to think of One Touch and that performance, kind of.
Well, Melodifestivalen indeed really makes great hits, and I really hope that One Touch will launch you in
Yeah.
in Spain in terms of music, of course. And I have one question that all of Eurovision fans are really wondering, because you are a fresh name for Eurovision fans. Do you follow Eurovision?
Was I? What did I say?
Uh, Do you follow Eurovision?
If I follow Eurovision?
Do you follow? Did you follow last year's and such?
Yes, I can be honest and say that I've not been so good at watching TV since I was an idol, since I had like so much things to do all the time. And it's like my free time that I have right now is what I do then is I sleep or I eat because that's like the only time that I have. So I haven't been so good at watching like TV shows and stuff. But I saw like some parts of last year, but not so much to be honest.
Can you tell us something more about your team of authors for the song?
My team of what?
Of team that worked on a song.
Aha. The people who wrote and like did the song is Linnea Deb, Joy Deb, Jimmy Joker, and Anders. I can't pronounce his last name. Um, but yeah, they just sat in the studio and like wrote the song, and then they felt like, okay, this song is for Kadiatou, so we need to get her here and she needs to sing it. And then they called in for a session, so I came there and we recorded the song. And you know, like the first time when I heard it, it wasn't my like voice on it. So I was like, well, I think this could be pretty good. And then I recorded with my song and then like mixed it together quick. And then when I heard it, it was like everything was just yes, 100% yes. This is the song. So it felt really good.
Can expect 100% from you now.
Yes, yes,
It is great. So maybe Alcatel One Touch can maybe take your song for commercial one
yeah.
time. So this has been quite hard time for artists because you didn't have live gigs and such. How did you deal with it?
Um, I mean, I'm a person. I'm pretty okay with like all the situations that comes into my life, because I think of like everything happens for a reason. So when like all of the gigs and everything just got canceled, I felt like, okay, of course it's boring and sad and not like what we expected, but I still think that there's good things coming from bad situations too. So what I've did is just like I've tried to get better at like writing songs. I try to be in the studio as more than like before. Try to just do more music, but not on gigs, just like in the studio or at home. So I just try to like do something else with my time, kind of, but just
You
like it involves
plenty
music.
of new songs, so there will be probably explosion of these so-called songs that were written during pandemic, Corona songs.
Exactly. Yeah.
We are at least happy about it because even everything happened in terms of this virus. There were many things that were like pretty bad, but on the other side, we will have a really big amount of songs from our favorite artists, and that is also quite good news.
Yeah.
And
It was also like, for me, it was kind of a good year because I had so much time on working with myself and like what I want and what music I want to do and what people I want to work with. So I think I learned so much last year, like crazy much. So I'm still like, of course, like it, it's still like a very, very, very bad situation, but we just have to make the best of it.
yes, I definitely agree. And for the end of our interview, can you tell us something more about your future plans?
Well, right now, it's just to like do as much music as I can and release as much as it's possible. Um, like work on myself still and like starting to practice more and singing more and just like do everything that I do, but more kind of.
So, dear Kadiatou, thanks a lot, and I really hope I wish you luck on Melodifestivalen, and not only there. I wish you luck in future generally.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Ako vam se svidio ovaj video, ajmo subscribe, ajmo like, budite ljudi. Govorili tako jest. Šta dva klika i ja i doviđenja. Motaj kablove, gasi mešalice i čao.